What lies ahead for Ferrari in the 2024 F1 season after the disappointment of SF23? That's the question on everyone's mind as we reflect on the journey of Ferrari's SF23. The year 2023 started with a spark of optimism at Ferrari, fueled by promising wind tunnel numbers suggesting the red car as a potential title contender. The anticipation was tangible, almost desperate, as everyone awaited the launch of SF23. The launch was an event in its own right. Held on Valentine's Day at Fiorano, it was designed to reconcile Scuderia fans with Ferrari. It was a spectacle that attracted sponsors, journalists, television crews, superfans, and even gatecrashers. Maranello became the center of the world as every inch of the trackside network was occupied to witness the first cry of the new car. Yet all the anticipation and grandeur could not mask the disappointment that followed. The SF23, despite its promising start, fell short of expectations. The car's performance on the track was a letdown. The expressions on the faces of drivers Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz said it all. It was a challenging start to the championship, with the red car betraying expectations. The taste of victory only came at Singapore, a rare moment of joy interrupting Max Verstappen and the Red Bull RB19's triumphant march. SF23, a season of unmet expectations and lessons learned, sets the stage for a different approach in 2024. The disappointment of SF23 has led to a new way of thinking at Ferrari, a shift that will be seen in the approach to the upcoming season. With the lessons from SF23, Ferrari is now set for a completely different approach with the 676 project. The Maranello Racing Department is buzzing with activity, but it's a quieter kind of buzz this time around. The year kicked off with an air of apprehension lingering in the corridors of Ferrari, not pessimism, but a cautious anticipation. The memory of last year's high hopes for the SF23, which ultimately fell short of expectations, still hangs heavy in the air. The arrival of Fred Vasseur at the helm in 2023, coupled with wind tunnel numbers that painted the red car as a potential title contender, had stoked the flames of anticipation. Yet the car, driven by Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, couldn't match the hype. The launch of the SF23 had been a grand affair, a spectacle with all eyes on Maranello. But despite the fanfare, the performance of the red car didn't live up to expectations. Fred Vasseur hasn't forgotten the lessons of the past. Instead, he has taken them to heart. The team principal has decided to change course, to break away from tradition. This year, the launch of the 676 project will be a more subdued affair, held behind closed doors. On February 13, the 676 will be unveiled as if we were still in the grips of a pandemic. The sponsors will be present, of course, but everyone else, including the television crews, will be kept on the outside. Meetings with managers, technicians, and drivers will be held virtually, taking the form of 20-minute Zoom sessions. The new car will be introduced to the world through photographs, not on the Bahrain testing grid, but from the 200-kilometer filming day at Fiorano. The hope is that this won't result in a masked red car, hidden behind Photoshop touch-ups. This new approach reflects Ferrari's desire for a low profile. The team is wary of creating false hope and has decided to close itself off, to raise the wall. As we count down to February 13th, the anticipation builds. Will the 676 project mark a comeback for Ferrari, or will the apprehension prove justified? Only time will tell.